Hello everyone, so today I'm going to be doing a video on how I make my style scrapbook, and you could call it a variety of different things. I call it a style scrapbook. You could also call it a collage book, a magazine clippings book, whatever you want to call it. That's just what I refer to it as, and essentially it's where I collect and organize different photos that I like, as well as quotes, words, whatever. And I'm going to show you all the materials you need in a second. This is just what my book looks like. I'll also kind of flip through the pages and show you a couple of my pages, and then I'll make one while I film this video. So if you want to see how I do that and what this book looks like, then keep on watching. Okay, so I'm going to be filming this on my bed because I figured I would have the most space doing it this way, and I don't know, I just figured it would be easy to do it that way. So here are the things that you're going to need to do this craft activity project, whatever you want to call it. So first I have a sketchbook. You could use a notebook, a scrapbook, whatever you want. It just needs to be in book form, essentially. This one I got from Michael's. I can't remember what brand. Oh, it says Canson, C-A-N-S-O-N. And this is just a really nice, really thick paper. It's for sketching, drawing, painting, so it works perfectly for this, and I'll go ahead and show you a couple pages of my book in a second. You're also going to need some double-sided tape. This I found at Michael's as well in the scrapbooking section. Essentially, you run it along like whiteout and it's sticky on both sides. This is optional. Sometimes I use this type of thing. These are just washi tapes. You could use ribbons, stickers, whatever you want to decorate with. You're going to need some scissors and maybe a paper cutter depending on if you want really straight lines. And you could also grab some cardstock if you have it, some plain white paper. So just to give you kind of an insight on what my book looks like, I'm going to flip through a couple pages so you can get an idea of what we'll be creating today and what my kind of style for a style scrapbook is. My next page has some kind of magazine cutouts on it, as well as this page. Now, as you can see in here, not all of these are magazine cutouts. For example, these ones are pictures I printed off of Tumblr. Okay, so I flipped to my blank pages next, and one thing that I forgot to mention, which is kind of the obvious thing, I forgot to mention it because it's in my box here, you're going to need either some magazines or some clippings you have for magazines, or photos, or any type of picture, really. So I have accumulated a ton in this box here, which is why I forgot to mention it. But in here, for example, I have a couple of cutouts from magazines. I have some photos, a couple different photos in here that I've ordered from Tumblr again. That was an old notebook that I filled up. And then I have a ton of different magazine pages. So I've already cut these out. I don't need to go through and show you how I cut them, but essentially just flip through your magazine, whatever pages you find appealing and sort of suit whatever theme you're going for, cut them out and cut them into whatever desired shape you would like. Okay, so now what I've done is I've gone through all of my cutouts and clippings, and I've kind of picked, I guess you could say, a theme for these two pages. And I always like to make sure that the two pages that are open coordinate with each other. So my themes usually go by color, and this one I'm going to be doing kind of light grays and light blues. And I also have this flower here just in case I want a pop of color. So as well as going by color, I like to mix pictures along with words or brands. I don't know why, I just think it adds some variety, it looks pretty, it's appealing to the eye, which is what this whole thing is about. So now that I've picked these pictures, I'm just going to go ahead and start arranging them. I'm not going to tape anything down quite yet, I'm just going to see what I like and where I like it on the page. Okay, so now that I have arranged these pictures the way that I like, I'll go ahead and show you a little bit closer what it looks like. So I just have this seagrass picture put on the side instead of the grass growing upwards. I kind of like how it looks this way. And then I like this picture of the model kind of overlapping on top. Then I have a quote here, another quote, a couple of words, and made well, just because I like that it kind of goes with the theme of being brighter, better, cleaner, and healthier. You're made well. And then this little picture down here of the eye. I think it looks good all together. So although I kind of have reasoning for why I placed the pictures in the way that I did, you really don't have to. It's kind of whatever you like. So if you like the way it looks, that's perfect. And then on this side, what you could do is you could do another sort of collage or arrangement of pictures. Or what I like to do sometimes is take one picture that I've taken out of a magazine that I liked as it was and just place it next to it. So I think that these two pages coordinate well like this. Again, if you like it with two images, you could do two images, you could do two arrangements, whatever you want, however you like it. This is what I'm going to do for this page. Now I'm going to go ahead and take my little double-sided tape and paste all of this down. So these are my two new completed pages of my book. Hopefully you can see that. Now, as I said before, if you wanted to, you could do two of the pages like this. I'll find an example for you. Just like on this page, you could do two sort of, not collages, but two sort of arrangement pages of different pictures. Another thing that I like to do is two pages of just images straight out of the magazine. So that's what I'm going to do for my next example on these two pages. So these are the two pages that I like together. As you can see, they both have similar colors. This one has flowers, that one has flowers. That's kind of how I make them matches. I just look for similarities between the two. But like I said before, as long as you like the way it looks, that's all that really matters, because this is just something fun for you to do, something that's supposed to be appealing to you, not necessarily to everybody. So that's what these two pages look like. As I go through a couple of the pages of this book, I'm going to show you some things that I do that I didn't necessarily do on the page that I made today. So what I like to do is use a felt tip marker. You can use a really fine tip Sharpie. And sometimes I like to add my own drawings or writing, quotes, pictures. Sometimes I like to add that into the pages. So you can see I've done it here with a quote and this wave. I've done it with a little teacup here. I wrote it Lana Del Rey, or Lana, however you pronounce it, and I drew a little eye because this makes me think of her. When I think of her, I think of really long eyelashes and very perfect brows. Over here on this page, instead of matting this quote with just regular cardstock, I used some scrapbook paper that I thought went well with the images. And then over here I have another quote that I used the pen for. Again, more quotes. And something else on this page, there's more scrapbook paper, but something I really love doing is dot work. And you can see this in person, but it's hard to see on camera. I like to do accents of little tiny dots, and I kind of do that around different pictures, and I've only done it twice on these pages. Actually, I've done it over here as well. There's something about dots that I just really, really love, and so on some pages I do that. Over here I had a bunch of different brand names, and for brands that I wanted to include that I couldn't find in a magazine, I just wrote them out myself using that felt tip marker. Over here I did an accent of ribbons just to match the picture I have here. So you can see there's pink pillows, gray, cream, so I kind of did that over here with the pink, silver, and cream. And it all coordinates together. Over here I wanted some really fancy writing to kind of put over these pictures, which are of my dream home. And so what I did was I just looked this up on Microsoft. I looked up a really fancy font, and then I just kind of did it myself. It is a little bit wiggly, and there are going to be imperfect parts, but that's what I like about it. You kind of make it your own. Here I've just done some little loops. I have some more ribbon over scrapbook paper. On this page I did a little collage, which I still have to fill in these spaces with other images, but I can always do that later, and for now it just looks like this. Here I had actually run out of some cardstock and scrapbook paper, so instead I actually used sticky notes. That's what these are here. So you can get creative, use what you have. You don't have to spend a ton of money to do stuff like this. You can kind of just go through your house and reuse things. I hope you guys found this video helpful, and hopefully if you haven't already created one of these books, you start one, because it's really fun to do and it's kind of a good use for old magazines and papers. You don't end up throwing them out. You can kind of make something pretty with them. So let me know if you have something like this, or if you plan to start something like this. Comment down below, and you can also comment any other video requests you have for me to do this Vlogmas. Other than that, I will have my Pinterest and my Instagram linked in the description bar, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Bye.